And we're back. Hey, welcome back, buddies. It's Concert Buddy. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, appreciate you stopping by. I'm doing a video continuing what I started last month for the top 10 vinyl records sold on eBay for now April 2025. What are they? Who are they? And how much cashola did some fortunate folks spend? These questions and more shall be answered. You gotta stick around. All the information coming up after the break. Oh, psych. Hiya! I've got a lot of ideas about how to maybe expand this. Could probably take a little bit more elbow grease, but I'm keeping it to eBay, keeping it to the top 10 in each month, tightening the window from the first day of the month, in this case, April 1st, to the last day of the month, April 30th. And just recapping, eBay sold top 10 by dollar, highest, lowest within that top 10. Now, a little caveat, this is really, I'm going to show you 11 because the top dog, spoiler alert, the top dog is kind of a duplication. And you'll see what I mean in a second, but I want to keep it a little bit tighter, a little bit more focused, and hopefully a little bit more informational as we live vicariously through the fat wallets of others. Some really interesting pieces this month, so I think that the sooner we get started, the better. So let's go to number 10.
10.
All right, starting off the list, we've got a 7-inch picture disc, courtesy of our friends Lemmy and Company and Motorhead. This is a picture disc for the song Killed by Death. It's a pretty wild picture disc. I mean, I know that everyone watching this video loves picture discs, but this one actually looks pretty cool. And you kind of expect it if it's with Motorhead. So this is $5,318.40 USD. This looks like a international sale because we've got GBP listed here. Let's take a closer look how this big dog plays and looks. Man, that's a fierce looking. Is that a skull dog? I don't know what it is. It looks even. Boy, I hope that's not like cigarette staining on this thing. That's pretty intense, especially just paying a lot of money for this guy. I mean, wow. Impressive. Somebody must have really wanted this. It's got a barcode. It looks like the other side, Killed by Death. This side, Under the Knife, must be the other track on the other side. Pretty exciting stuff. This is on that bronze label. You'll see a lot of Motorhead stuff. 1984. This one came out. Pretty wild. This is some kind of crucifixion thing. I'm not going to make that big. Would hate to run amiss of the YouTube folks, but pretty interesting stuff. I don't really know if I have the cashola to drop $5,000 on this big dog, but hey, more power to you. And the seller KVQPR 1014. Awesome. Enjoy, friend. I hope you really like this one. Let's go on to number 9. Number 9 is a band that hopefully you're familiar with. The guys from Australia, AC/DC. This is another 7-inch, another 45. Can I Sit Next to You, Girl? Looks like a promo 1974 Australian press. Let's take a look at some pictures. This came in at $5,368.44. The 44 cents is important, folks. It comes with it looks like the original paper sleeve, EMI Records Australia. But then you have Albert Productions. You'll see this label from time to time. Like, think of the band Rose Tattoo. It's another Australian band that also those Australian pressings, I believe, have the Albert Productions associated with them. But yeah, so you've got Can I Sit Next to You, Girl, 45 RPM, exactly what we thought. Again, from the pictures, the wax looks nice and shiny. Real shiny in this picture. A little close up of the label. Stereo, 45 RPM, everything we're talking about. Looks like the B-side is a song called Rockin' in the Parlor. Rockin' in the Parlor. This is obviously early AC/DC. This is before the late Bon Scott took the infamous Bomb and left the celestial plane in favor of Brian Johnson. But this is a very significant piece, very rare piece. Clearly spent by $5,000. 5,368 to be exact. So, hey, more power to you. More power to these buyers. More power to the seller. In this case, Ozzy Collectibles. Love seeing 100% feedback. Let's go to number 8.
Number 8.
All right. So we got our friends from the Pacific Northwest, Nirvana. This is a pretty famous 45. This is Love Buzz. BW, Big Cheese. And this has Kurt Cobain with the interesting way you would spell the name Kurdt, Cobain, Chris Novoselic on bass, and this is the drummer, I believe, before Dave Grohl, Chad Channing. But yeah, this is a very high. I know this one's a very highly coveted 45. Looks like the previous owner, the original owner, Rory Cox. See, you don't see this too often in the details. But they're talking about this from the original owner, Rory Cox. Whoever got it before was a subscriber to the Sub Pop Single of the Month Club. So it must have been pretty elusive. Big bucks, 5,655.55. Big. They had multiple bids on this one though, so that's interesting. So a couple people took their shots. Good to see that we're shipping via FedEx for something that is so expensive. $20 FedEx is a drop in the bucket, but it looks like it came from Canada. This was located in New Germany, Nova Scotia, Canada. So our friends from the north exporting their vinyl wares, I'm assuming to the States. I'm assuming somebody in the States got this one, but one I'd like to have, but boy, oh boy, 5,000 smackaroos, big bucks. Let's go on to the next one.
Number 7.
The next one on the list, courtesy of our friends, Carolina Soul Records, based out of, I believe, North Carolina. I'm just speculating. I've heard a lot of interesting things. They have a big following on eBay. You can see they've done over 100,000 transactions of feedback. So these guys, I mean, actually more than that, 236,000. Incredible. And they have 100% positive feedback of over 543,000 items sold. So clearly know what they're doing, clearly know how to get records. Now, this is something completely out of my wheelhouse. This is probably more something akin to the late, great Joe Boussard, the big 78 collector. This is a pre-war 78 courtesy of Paramount Records. This is Wilmer Watts. The song is Cotton Mill Blues. And it looks like the B-side is called War with Spain. $5,778. Big bucks. But this one looks like it was pretty animated, pretty spirited. We had 27 bids on this. Now, 78 collectors, I found that they're a very unique bunch, just like 45 heads are. Like 45 people who really dig into the 45s, literally. 78 collectors are their own kind of subspecies in the hobby, and more power to them. It's definitely a certain type of music, often pre-war, often this is pre the vinyl that we're familiar of, and it is it's something. I've flirted with potentially trying some of this stuff, but the music's not for me, so I'm just denying somebody who's really into it. But only 2 pictures to show you guys here, but you have the title Cotton Mill Blues song, and then on the back B-side, like we talked about, fighting in the war with Spain. So somebody pretty happy with Carolina Soul Records, almost $6,000 spent on this title. Can you believe it, buddies? Let's get into the next one.
And number 6.
Coming in at number 6. That's my terrible radio voice impression. We've got punk band Minor Threat. This is Out of Step, a test pressing. This is, description says it all. First OG, extremely rare, from 1983. Discord must be the label. Discord Records out of Washington, D.C. This looks like a pretty rough copy, but Punk Records, man, it's hard to find them in anything but rough condition. This is courtesy of a not as illustrious seller as before, Carolina Soul. Record_time, TYME. Again, 100% positive feedback. These guys know what they're doing. Another spirited auction, 15 bids. The winning bidder spending $6,200 flat on this. Unbelievable. Let's take a look at the pictures. Yeah, so you got some edge wear on the outer sleeve, but I mean, come on. This is it's not for the faint of heart. It's for the music. You don't play the jackets, as the saying goes. But I mean, this is not a great picture, but I don't think that people really worry about it. It looks like there's a label on a label, so that's interesting. I don't know anything about this title, full transparency, but it looks like it's some kind of cover up. Maybe that's by design. Tell me in the comments below. I'm sure there's some real punk people that know what's going on with this title. But the wax from these pictures looks pretty clean. Maybe a little mark over here, but all in all, I'm seeing pretty good stuff. And you would hope so if you're spending $6,200. But boy, oh boy, if we're only not even halfway in, where I think we're halfway in at this mark, the bucks are going to keep coming. So let's get on to the next one.
Number 5.
So for number 5 on the list, familiar face, familiar piece. This is Love Buzz again. Again, the Sub Pop Singles Club. This one's number 238 of 1,000. Almost $7,000. Buddies, holy. I mean, this is a Buick. This is a gently used Buick. Unbelievable. I mean, more power to these people who can spend this money. Again, Kurt, Chris, Chad Channing. This is the cover. I mean, if you've seen, like, I think Record Safari, the documentary, they were talking about this 45. Like, this is a highly collectible 45. I think if I'm not mistaken, tell me in the comments below, it's Nirvana's first recorded song. So I think that's probably part of it, the mystique. But, oh, boy. This is pretty intense. So this must be I guess this is probably used to own this. Yeah, so I guess something called nirvanadiscography.com, and I guess it's some kind of ledger of people who have owned this. The previous owner, sorry, I'm not trying to dox you, but it's on the eBay. It's Chip McDonald, everybody. Paid a ton, but definitely worth a direct quote. Well, I don't know if you paid more than $7,000, but yeah, I don't want to share this kind of stuff. I'm not exactly sure. That was a smart idea by the seller. The seller in this case was, well, it's him, C. McDonald, so I guess he's doxing himself. But hey, Cat got almost $7,000. Unbelievable. This is monopoly money. And again, I'm glad to see using FedEx, paying more for shipping. You really should. You should not put this kind of stuff up in the hands of media mail, USPS, disaster city. You're asking for it. Wow. Take a deep breath. Let's get into the rest of the list. Here we go.
Number 4.
Now, buddies, stop me if you've heard me say this in this very video. But next up on the list, this is number 4? Good grief. This is Nirvana Love Buzz Big Cheese 45 1988 first pressing. This one's numbered 870. 870. So it's interesting that the other one had a lower number yet did not go for as much. It's close. This one went for $7,100. And again, a very spirited contest of bidders, 67 bids. I mean, but here we go. Hey, this one's actually in my neck of the woods in St. Louis. Funk U. I've actually bought 45s from Funk U. So good experience for me. I could speak firsthand. They pack them real well. But I don't know. Hopefully they upgraded the shipping. Here we go. Just talking about it on the last one, buddies. Media mail. Are you? Good God. If something $7,000 media mail, recipe for disaster. So hopefully behind the scenes they worked out something. Give the guy free shipping. He spent $7,000. $7,000. I'm not going to take you through all the pictures. In fact, there's only 2, but just to kind of back this up. I mean, this is, hey, more power to you. Unbelievable. But I mean, seriously, 3 of the top 10 are the same release. So it's pretty interesting that in the same month, if there's only 1,000 of them, I use the air quotes, only 1,000. It's very interesting that 3 of them went for sale and sold in April 2025. Let's get into the next one.
Number 3.
Not Nirvana Love Buzz. Can you believe it? Here at number 3. I think I've heard of these guys, the Beatles. Now, this must be some avant-garde thing, the White Album.
Those are facts, man, yeah.
Now, they're claiming that the White Album, this is the first pressing factory-sealed White Album. Wow. Original 1968, never opened, first pressing. Amazing. Even have the Sears sticker. Sears and Roebuck, for those who don't know, now you know. But if you know, RIP. I think maybe is Sears still around? I don't know. I think they closed the last one. I'm not exactly sure. It's kind of like Kmart. It's kind of like what used to be is no longer. But anyway, enough about that. Let's look at some of these photos. I mean, again, the White Album, you can kind of make out that number 190812. Looks like 9. But wow, can you imagine a sealed record that is well over 50 years old? First pressing. Now, I'm sure these Beatle people know how to identify a first pressing, especially of this age. But I mean, this is some serious, serious stack. And I do like this. Look at all these pictures about the corners. This is the way it should be. Very detailed. Oh, there's 20 photos. There's one of the spine. I think if you're spending fat money, you want to see, you want to have an explosion. Okay, here's the real number, 0908129. This is a better picture. But I wonder when this person, Vinyl Collect 14, listed this, if they thought that they would get over $7,000, $7,277.77 to be exact. Again, another spirited auction, 43 bids. All right, here we go. Good God. Okay, well, they didn't charge much, but at least priority shipping. So we've gone up from goofy media mail to priority. So it makes me feel a little bit better. This one's coming from Illinois, not far from my end. Let's read the description real quick if we can. And it's not letting me click, so screw you. eBay. I think eBay's had enough of me dogging on them. Let's get into the top 2-ish. And you're going to see what I mean here in a second.
Number 2.
You're not going to believe it, buddies. Nirvana, Love Buzz, Big Cheese again. Now this one went for almost $9,000. This one sold in Canada. It looks like $11,000, just under $12,000 Canadian. Converted $8,679.92. Good Lord. This one at Nova Scotia. I mean, I'm not going to go through all the pictures. I mean, you've got 11 photos. What number is this at least? 874. 874. I think the other one, wasn't the other one? So we had 238. We had 870. And now we've got 874. That's pretty wild. It's even more wild that literally we have in the top 10, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the top 10 are the same 45. I don't know. Is it because it was the anniversary of Kurt's death? I think it was, wasn't it? Wasn't April the anniversary of Kurt Cobain's suicide? I think it was.
Check out the big brain on Brad.
April 8th. Yeah, April 8th. So maybe people were just inspired to try to cash out. I don't know. But you have 4 of the biggest selling vinyl sales on eBay for 1 month, April 2025, and it's the same exact 45. That's pretty wild. All right, well, this is where we hit the drum roll. So it's the number 1. I'm going to call it 1A and 1B, and you're going to see what I mean in 1 second. Here we go.
Number 1.
Buddies, I'm going to be fully transparent. I know nothing about this band, this artist. Nothing, nowhere. Reaper X Ruiner double vinyl. But I can tell you that not only was this the most expensive, and I say most expensive, there are full collections and big old lots that sold for more than this on eBay. I'm talking specific, just a 1 record auction. This sold for just short of $10,000. Now, here's where it's a caveat, because pay close attention. We've got Mount Washington, Kentucky, media mail. I'm not even going to get into that. But then I'm going to do a little hocus pocus while I do this, buddies, because literally, and you're going to think I'm pulling a funny one. I'm not. I promise you. The same title, the same exact title was sold too for $10,000. This person must have had 2 of these things. It's unbelievable. So let's look at some of the photos. I mean, not very detailed. I mean, tell me in the comments below if you know what the hell this is. But for Pete's sake, I mean, not even great photos. It looks like it's a newer record. It's got a UPC on the hype sticker. And I mean, holy smokes. And the description doesn't tell me much. It just says nothing, nowhere, Reaper X, Ruiner, or Reaper by Ruiner, double vinyl, brand new, sealed. $10,000.
What?
Can you believe it? I mean, this is, it takes your breath away. At least it's not Nirvana Love Buzz. Again, unbelievable.
That's all the furniture that I need or that my wallet could afford.
And there you have it, buddies. Top 10, April 2025. Tell me in the comments below what you think of these records. Can you tell me anything about Nothing Nowhere? No clue. This is stuff that's completely foreign to me, but help me help you. And until next time, buddies, when you are buying records, your local independent, eBay, wherever, whenever, play the records. And when you get the chance, just spin it. See you soon.
Well, well, well. How the turntables...
Well, we out of time.